Test 1 2. Test 1 2.
All right. Thanks, everybody. It's been, 4 hours of a lot of information, so I appreciate your attention and attention, I guess, really. So questions, final questions. The only question that I saw that we have not previously answered in the Slido question Q&A was one about CPR. Anne can answer it, but let me tell you what it was. My CPR expires in August. Are there any classes through the school, or where should I look to renew?
That is a very good question. We do have classes here at the School of Nursing, and guess who teaches them? Me. Yeah. So, question. I will set up some classes specifically for nursing students to do. It's like, how many of you would be interested in, or is going to be expiring soon, that would need our class? And you can take it if your CPR is going to expire in January. You can take it in August or whenever there's a class ahead of time, so that way you don't overlap. So I will set up 2 to 3 classes. Again, where do we find this information? Really? Y'all are just thrilled, aren't you? The nursing. So it'll be on the clinicals and compliance webpage. There'll be a link there specifically to sign up. So we do hybrid. So hybrid is you get to do I think it's like 4 hours online by yourself. So that way you can fit it in your schedule. And then you bring the certificate to my class after you sign up for it. And then class is roughly an hour to an hour and a half, depending on how many people actually. And then you're certified, and then it'll all be e-digital. And then you just upload it to Viewpoint. Question?
Okay, any other questions? Yeah. Yeah. Not my world.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Hello. My Clinical Exchange is a program that each hospital sets up specifically. So if you're doing your clinical at UW Health versus Unity Point Meriter, you're going to have different requirements. And it's kind of a tricky process because you won't see those requirements until our team schedules you into your clinical. When I checked last week, there's a good number of people who have not bought my Clinical Exchange yet. We're going to start checking that and sending some emails out like, hey, you got to get in there and you got to get everything done by Memorial Day. So we'll give you a reminder now that you're kind of like here in the program. So when you're in my Clinical Exchange, you'll see a compliance tab, and then you'll see a documents tab. That documents tab is everything that you have to get done, and that's what the hospital has told us. We need our students to do this. Does that help? Yeah. And when you see that compliance tab, it like asks for your social security number and your like firstborn child and all this information. You don't have to do stuff on there because we'll attest for that because you've already done it in Viewpoint. So we're going to save that step for you. The only thing it may ask you, and this is kind of iffy on how hospitals are doing it, is your COVID vaccination, because that's kind of new. They're figuring out processes. So there may be a question that comes up. Do you have your COVID vaccination? What were the dates and what's the manufacturer? You may see that, or we might find out after you've done everything in a month. They may say, hey, now we want your students to do that. So we'll let you know if we hear something. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Everything on the nursing website, and Ann, tell me if I'm missing anything. On our nursing website, so the UW-Madison one, what we've done is we've looked at our 150 sites and we've said, okay, what are most of them asking for? And so we've come up with this list. This is what we want every student here at UW-Madison School of Nursing to get, so that way you're ready when we place you for almost all of your requirements. So those requirements on our website are stuff that you need for our program, and it's going to cover most of what you do. But some hospitals may have like weird little things that they require, and so that's going to be what's in my clinical exchange. For example, we have one hospital system that requires a drug test, one drug test for your entire time in the program. So students who are placed there will have to get that. We just can't do anything about it. It's just their requirement, and they actually changed that within the last year, so we have to go with what they are requiring. Any other questions? No, don't go anywhere for spring break. And I'm not lying. You guys have 144 hours to complete for your clinical in spring. That is compared to 128 for our traditional students. You're going to be cooking to get that time done. And if for example, J-term, that's over Christmas, right? You have 3 weeks to get in your hours. We had someone who decided to go on a vacation skiing in Colorado. Wonderful experience, but guess what they didn't finish? They didn't get their clinical time in. The reason for that is your clinical time with preceptors are on their schedules. These are nurses. So all of you must know that nurses are stressed. It's been a really hard couple of years, right? So we're asking them, hey, can you volunteer your time to help our students learn? And they get it because they want to teach you. They want that next generation to come up. They really enjoy it. But it's all volunteer. So it's on top of everything else they're doing. So when you're going to go do your clinical and work with these preceptors, you have to follow their schedule, and that schedule might fluctuate. So you might need the spring break time to match their schedule so that way you get your hours in.
Sorry. Yeah, that's completely individualized, and I know that Dr. Muir and Dr. Jackson, they'll be working with you. So those are questions you can ask as those times come up. Some may be able to get their clinical hours in right away. Some may not, and it's completely dependable on where you are. So don't get the flight now. Just wait a little bit, okay? Okay.
One thing to help you with this scheduling the hours, I see you, give me 1 second, is just so you know, not everybody works 8-hour shifts, right? They work 12s. So if you can schedule like 3 12-hour shifts in a row, it's quite a bit in 1 week. That pace up, you might be able to finish early in J-term and have a little bit of downtime, but again, Dr. Muir and Dr. Sherrill will help you with that. What's your question? Correct, yeah, you'll have that week and a half off.
Sorry if I didn't. I'm scary with that one.
Any other questions? You have a question?
All federal holidays you'll have off. Yep. I'm trying to go to.
Any other questions? Oh my gosh, yeah, this right here. Never. We don't allow that ever. No. Yeah. Yes. Correct.
I will say, you're adults. Right? You're adults, and they'll tell you that on day one. You're adults. If you got to go, just get up and go and come on back. Usually they'll give like a 10-minute break at least. They'll tell you more about that on day one, but in regards to bathroom, anytime you need to go, you just get up and walk out and then come back, okay? All right. Hold it. All right. What you got?
So,
Let's make sure to clarify.
yeah.
Everything that they are talking about is clinical.
So your class schedule is kind of set because you enroll, you know when those are, and your clinicals for this summer in the fall, those are instructor-led ones that are all going to be during the day with your clinical instructor. So those ones are nice, and you know what's going on with those. The ones where you're scheduling, where there's going to be a level of uncertainty, are the ones over J-term with your preceptor, and then one in the spring, where you're also working with a preceptor. You're gonna have only like 3 weeks notice because what we have to do is go through a process of, all right, we got all of our sites, let's get everybody placed. Now we gotta let you know where you're going, and then you have to onboard, which is what you're doing now with My Clinical Exchange. And then you're gonna find out, okay, here's your preceptor. So that process is usually only about 3 weeks, about
3-4 weeks.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's a little bit tricky, but we try to get it to you as quick as possible because the quicker you can contact the sites and start the scheduling process, the better for everyone, right? Then you know how to plan ahead. And me and Ann are here to help. So if you contact a site and you're having trouble getting the scheduling, we are here to help facilitate that, to talk to them and say, hey, we're students really trying to get this in place. There is one thing that we have found. A lot of people like to text and email, but there's this thing called a phone, and there's phone numbers that we give you, and we can tell you that most likely you're going to get success if you email and call. That's sometimes not what students want to do. They just want to do the email. Try both. That can really be successful, but we're going to help you, and if you have any questions about scheduling, we'll help. We understand it's an uncertainty, and that's really nerve-wracking.
Sorry. I was going to, clinicals is dependent on where you are. All right. You're all going to be fitted for N95s. That doesn't mean you're wearing an N95 all the time. As of today, you're wearing an N95 anytime you're in a room where they're using what we call an aerosol procedure. The patient has a vent or they're getting a nebulizer, something like that. You have to wear one. Otherwise, it's just a regular surgical mask. Our C10 lab, where I talked about lab, simulation, things like that, you have to have a regular surgical mask, not an N95. So you will be masked anytime you're in the lab environment, which simulates the hospital environment. Classroom is optional as of today.
All students have to wear a COVID.
And we don't know. And as you know, for the last 2 years, we could tell you one thing one day, and then the next day it's completely different. So just be ready for that. The possibility of change. Keep track of your emails, text messages, things like that, because we communicate quite often. Pay attention to academic affair emails. It's very important. One more. And you would know that well in advance if you're set up for. Dr. Jackson does a great job of letting you know well in advance.
All right, I'm just navigating a little bit. I'm just foreshadowing because we're already thinking about fall a little bit. You can go into the course search and enroll app, go to fall nursing. You have 326 and 327. If you don't know that, you can go back to the nursing site. Classes that you'll have in the fall, and then these are kind of things. Back to your course search and enroll app, and then you can see here 326. And then you can kind of say see sections, and you can already see here that they're happening in the fall will be on like Mondays and Thursdays, right? Or if you're in that group, or Mondays and Fridays if you're kind of in these groups. Some foreshadowing you can do, right? It's not fall today, so changes can still happen, but for the okay, so for the white coat, you're not going to sit there.
Okay, so the white coats are all on hangers out there. They all have is what you submitted if it doesn't fit. But so the names are all on there. The white coats are white coat that's buttoned up. At least, yeah. It is pretty funny. Yeah. So when you pick up your white coat, you can leave the clip on the hanger. We'll deal with that later. Pockets in this top pocket. Okay, so you'll hand it to Dr. Muir. On the same side, there is a keychain. I would not exchange it right now. I would wait until at least tomorrow. Actually, they close at 4 p.m. anyways. Arnold P. Gold pin. Yep, you'll learn about it during the ceremony. The pin is right. The other thing is the alumni card. During the ceremony, just don't open it until you are.
else on there?
I will say you might not end up in the same seat after you get coded. Just sit down wherever. So
Yes.
also probably don't leave your phone like sitting in the seat. Any valuables with. Somebody else might just be sitting on.
Oh, don't forget about that. Oh, wait. Thank you. Okay, so, but we're going to say blank image, right? This is. Yeah, that'd be amazing. Yeah, yeah. So am I supposed to? So it's. Yeah, roll the table back.
So good evening, everyone. Class, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Yes. So good evening. I am Dr. Linda Scott. I am the Dean of the University of Wisconsin-Madison School of Nursing, and it is my sincere pleasure to welcome all of you to our 2022 Accelerated BSN White Coat Ceremony. Today marks a milestone for 50 students who are now members of our educational community. It is also a time of celebration for their families and friends who have supported them along the way. Students, receiving your white coat is a rite of passage. It signifies that through hard work and commitment, you have reached this starting point. Getting here has been the focus of your efforts. And although you have worked hard to be here, this is not your destination. You are starting a new chapter of your journey. You are beginning this accelerated BSN program with aspirations of joining the profession as baccalaureate-prepared nurses. And even that will not be your end. Your path of learning, service, leadership, advocacy, and growth is lifelong. Of the many things you can look forward to, it is knowing that your lifelong journey will be filled with individuals who will change you, and you will change others. Each of you have arrived with your own combination of skills, passions, identities, and lived experiences. You are motivated by different things. You will struggle with different things. You will all have something to offer when someone else needs it. There is so much you will learn in this rigorous academic nursing experience and then throughout your career in the nursing profession. But in addition, I hope you will recognize the value of what you and others will contribute to your classes, the school, the profession, and society. Your unique perspective, your wisdom, and your voice are all needed. Florence Nightingale once said that for the sick, it is important to have the best. This is reflected in our mission, which is to develop leaders for the profession and society. As a UW-Madison nursing student, you will learn the art and science of nursing in all of your courses. The science is the systematic knowledge that you will use to provide quality, comprehensive care to patients, families, and communities. The art of nursing is the manner in which you will deliver that care. It is the science balanced with the art that will make a difference in the lives of the individuals you encounter each day as a student nurse and then later as a member of the nursing profession. As Badger nurses, you will change lives. You will become the nurse leaders who contribute to a transformation that is needed to deliver more equitable care to patients while changing the culture of the profession to promote nurse and care provider well-being. As you see yourselves, your classmates, and your colleagues wearing a white coat, you should identify and appreciate what the white coat represents. In addition, I hope that you will really see the person wearing it, knowing that they will offer something unique and important to the profession and society, just as you will. So now, it is indeed my pleasure to welcome Dr. Rebecca Murr to our ABSN Program Coordinator and Clinical Associate Professor. Becky.
Thank you so much, Dean Scott. Good evening. It is truly great seeing all of you with us to celebrate this momentous occasion as we welcome our students into the clinical portion of their nursing academic career. I would like to just say welcome to all family and friends and well-wishers as well. We're so happy to have you here, and we're so happy to be in person for this event. I would first like to give you a brief history about the white coat ceremony. Dr. Arnold P. Gold began the white coat ceremony in medical schools, and this was begun to remind medical students of their professional obligation to provide humanistic, compassionate care and to practice medicine in uprightness and honor. In nursing, the white coat ceremonies have been enacted as a visual reminder of the obligation nurses take every day to provide compassionate, high-quality humanistic care, including empathy for the human condition, as well as suffering. According to the American Association of Colleges of Nursing, AACN, the groundbreaking collaboration between the Gold Foundation and the AACN was launched in 2013. This has enabled 310 schools of nursing in 49 states to offer ceremonies designed to instill this commitment to providing compassionate care among the next generation of registered nurses. All right, here we go. At this time, we would like to begin the cloaking segment of our ceremony. We welcome Dr. Dana O'Brien, who is our undergraduate program director. Please come to the front of the auditorium. She will be assisting with coding our students. So here is how this is going to work. We're going to proceed by calling each student individually. We'll have you stand in front of Dr. O'Brien, and she will help coat you. After your white coat is on, pause and smile because you have a whole bunch of people that want to take pictures and applaud for you. And then please proceed to be congratulated by our Dean Scott. Kelly Thomas. Grant Engel. Austin Kramer. Brianna Bralick. Ava Nelson. Kate Brixey. Aaron Reed. Hauda Zhang. Stephen Su. Katie Miller. Mitchell Oki. Emily Puckner. Hayden Schoenberg. Sarah Jetson. Annika Verst. Lauren Whiteman. Lizzie Galindo. Sam Johnson. Michelle Tran. Marissa Joy McCarney. Spencer Scott Novak. Travis Osborne. Liliana Swenson. Isabel Hernke. Cami Otto. Emma Jackler. Megan Harden. Sarah Zimmerman. Brittany Karshinsky. Juliana Rodriguez. Isabel Rund. Michaela Baker. Kimberly Rearson. Sarah Nicole Kyleman. Maggie Grote. Paige Lowell. Marilyn Nazareth. Calissa Hannanen. Madeline Hampton. Janelle Wenzel. Elizabeth Shapiro. Chloe Day. Sam Wallace. Claire Nottingham. Emily Scott. Christina Finizio. Ellie Malachek. Kanzua Yang. Amy Shong. Congratulations. Congratulations. Congratulations to all of you. Now, in recognition of your commitment to quality nursing and exceptional care, I invite Dean Scott to lead our students in reciting the nurse's oath.
So, students, I invite you to please stand and turn to the oath in your program, and you're going to join me with reading the oath out loud. I also invite any nurses who are in the room, if you'd like to stand and join us if able, and recite the oath as well. So please feel free to do so. Okay, we ready? As a nurse, dedicated to providing the highest quality care and services, I solemnly pledge that I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. Act in a compassionate and trustworthy manner in all aspects of my care. Exercise sound professional judgment while abiding by legal and ethical requirements. Accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. Promote, advocate for, and strive to protect the health and safety and rights of the patient. With this pledge, I accept the duties and responsibilities that embody the nursing profession. I take this oath voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility which I am entrusted by the public. You may be seated. Becky.
Thank you, Dean Scott. That still brings chills to me every time we recite it. Students, please now find a sealed envelope that was placed in your white coat. Please open the envelope and take a moment to read the message. I am now going to call on 3 names to read their notes to the group. The first person is Liliana Swenson. Please stand.
Strive every day to make a positive impact on those whom you care. Proud to be a Badger nurse. Jared.
Thank you so much, Liliana. Next, we have Kelly Thomas.
Congratulations. You have made it this far, and you will continue to do great things. You are embarking on an exciting journey and will learn so very much. It may get difficult, but please know, many people believe in your intelligence and resilience. You have all you need to be successful on Wisconsin from one Badger nurse to another.
Thank you very much, Kelly. And the third is Katie Miller.
During your nursing program, you will develop the knowledge and skills that the world needs. My advice to you, focus on your studies and learn collaboratively with your peers. Study together, challenge one another, and develop friendships along the way. Wishing you a wonderful journey. Amy Silva Smith.
Thank you, Katie. These notes are words from Badger nurses. our wonderful alumni that take so much pride in being part of this Badger Nurse community, a community that you all are now part of. Speaking of alumni, one of our most recent alums is here today with us, and she's here to share a little bit about the impact that the white coat ceremony had and what it feels like to wear that white coat as a student nurse. It is my honor and it is my pleasure to introduce and welcome Chinaza Nwosa. Chinaza has just graduated from our ABSN program just this past Saturday. Naza was also the recipient of one of our distinguished alumni pins, and we are so honored and privileged to have you here today. Naza, congratulations once again on your graduation. Thank you so much.
I'll try so hard not to be nervous. Okay. Hello, everyone, and a hearty welcome to the 2022 ABSN White Coat Ceremony. I am Chinaza Nwosa, a recent graduate, now alumni of UW-Madison. I will soon be working in Denver, Colorado as a cardiac ICU nurse. I must say it is a privilege to be part of such an important milestone in your academic career. First, congratulations on getting into one of the toughest programs you could ever study, and I mean it. You should be proud of your accomplishments so far. The White Coat Ceremony is a reality of your dedication to such a prestigious profession. Just like many of you, I couldn't believe I had just gotten into such a great school to start nursing at an accelerated pace. I mean, after a bachelor's in biology and a master's in business administration, what could be more stressful? Oh boy, I was wrong. But having a great support system makes it easier to breeze through. I am sure everyone here has a story prior to this program. Whatever the story is, always remember that now you are here and that's what matters. You're going to be great nurses, and there's no doubt about that. In the next year, you will learn, relearn, and be humbled by nursing school. Trust me on that. You will soon feel the adrenaline rush of being early for a 5:30 a.m. clinicals. Don't sleep in. The never-ending care plans, the select order apply NCLEX-style questions that would have you thinking if you really were in class when that topic was being taught. The back-to-back weekly exams, the papers, the simulation anxiety, and above all, the lasting friendships you get. Oh, I almost forgot. The hyperventilation and uncertainty when you enter your first patient's room and can't figure out how to place the blood pressure cuff. Also, try not to let your patients fall, okay? The WIN program really is your guideline that is going to help you even in your last semester, because trust me, you're going to be checking that schedule to see how many more classes and credits you have to your graduation. And you're going to be checking how many more A's or ABs you're just going to have to settle for. The WIN program really is your plug for every connection you need throughout the ABSN program. I'll leave you with one thing. Never be the person to bring others down. The program is already hard enough. Excuse me over here. Never assume everyone knows it. People might just be struggling with classes. Always be willing to help. Also, get yourself a beautiful support system. The journey starts now, and again, congratulations, and don't forget, if you got into this program, it means that you're just smart enough. Thank you.
crying. Thank you so much, Chanaza. We really hope you, our incoming students, hear the words and feel proud to wear their white coats. I would now like to invite Dean Scott back to the podium to close our ceremony.
So over the next year, you will be challenged and stretched as you move through the accelerated BSN program. I hope that you will aspire to see all of the opportunities and challenges you will encounter as crucial to your development into the best nurse that you can be. Get to know your faculty, let their guidance, perspective, and input take hold so that you experience the full benefit of their expertise. I will close with this, my strongest encouragement, which I hope that you will take to heart. Now and in your future as a nurse, prioritize taking care of yourself, your health, and your overall well-being. Commit and recommit to this in partnership with the nurses around you. I speak for my colleagues in the school and across the profession when I say that your health and well-being matters too. Congratulations, and stay well on your journey. This does conclude our white coat ceremony. However, I ask that our guests stay seated while our students formally process and meet me at the stairs in the atrium for their ABSN class photo. There will be time for you to take lots of photos. When that's completed, we'll invite you to join us in the atrium for a reception to celebrate this milestone in their nursing career. So I'm going to come in and gather you, and then we're going to process to the atrium stairs. So thank you, everyone, for being here.
All right. It's my job to entertain you for about 1 minute. But I was just getting the cupcakes that might or might not have been dropped, all set and ready to go. I'm just kidding. It's all good. Today, the students went through a lot. They had kind of 4 hours just thrown at them. Part of the day was for them to use their phones and interact with us on screen and kind of share some of their feelings about the program and some other things that we asked them. Like we asked them how to spell Sidney Scott Cooper Hall, or Sidney Scott Cooper. Anybody know how to spell Sidney Scott? I heard really, really, really close. Signe, S-I-G-N-E, and then Scott with a K. Yep. Some of the things that they said today, we said, how are you feeling about the program? Terrified, right? Excited, scared, right? I think there was a definite sentiment of anxiousness and kind of just worried about it all. So you're all their support people, right? So I think they're going to rely pretty heavily on all of you throughout the next 12 months. And thank you, because it's going to be tough, right? And so I think that hopefully you will help them with those feelings and get them to, somewhat of a calm notion in there. Why can't your nose be 12 inches? Because then it would be a foot. Whoever said that. You pass. You pass. There's open mic night on the terrace on Wednesday nights, and we were just at the terrace a couple Wednesday nights ago, and my 7-year-old likes jokes, and I said, hey, it's open mic night. You should get up there. Not thinking he would. Well, he corralled his little buddies and his cousins, and 4 of them got up there and told 7-year-old jokes like that for 10 minutes. It was amazing. I'm trying to think of the other one. What do you get when you cross a ball and a kangaroo? Bouncy ball. Yep, there you go. There you go, folks. That's how it is. Dong. All right, I think that's all I've got. I'm hoping that the picture's done. I just got the thumbs up. So thank you for being here. It's a true pleasure and an honor for all of us to have all of you here. So please go enjoy your coffee and your cupcakes. And thank you.